हरे कृष्णा। मैं नवनीत व्यास एस्ट्रो चैनल में आप लोगों का फिर से बहुत बहुत स्वागत करता हूं। एंड टुडे वी हैव नंदिता जी। शी इज वन ऑफ माय मेन मेंबर्स ऑफ रुद्रा वैदिक एकेडमी। और what we are doing today is we are taking our series forward, and we're going to discuss the mythological part of Bharni nakshatra, which is the second nakshatra in the 27 nakshatra belt system. So, Nandita ji, you're most welcome on Vyasa Astro channel. Good to see you back.
Thank you, Guruji. And again, it's so honorable to be discussing topics like this with you. I mean, I'm so impressed by the knowledge that you have. So looking forward to discussing Bharni and learning from you even more. So I love Bharni Nakshatra. The more research I did, I realized it's not just about Bharni Nakshatra. It ties to so many other nakshatras, which will, I'm sure, in the future reference Bharni and the deity for Bharni. But Bharni essentially means to bear, to support, to nourish. It also means to cleanse and to purify and to give birth to something. Usually comes out of a lot of effort.
Right.
It's painful, but something positive comes out of it.
Yeah.
So when we talk about Bharni Nakshatra, we want to focus on the mythology, which teaches us so many different things.
Right.
And the deity for Bharni is Yama.
Yes.
And whenever somebody hears about Yama, it's always a very scary thing.
Yeah.
All right, because it's associated, he's known as the Lord of the Death, right? But he's also known as the Lord of Pitris, right? And if we understand that whole aspect of what we need to do, then it's not so scary after all.
Right.
So the first story that I really want to talk about is about Rishi Markanda.
Yeah.
So Rishi Markanda was a very, very great Rishi. He was cursed when he was born that he would die very young.
Yeah.
And through his teachings, he became a great devotee of Shiva.
That is correct.
And when the time came and Yama came to get the Rishi, he prayed to Shiva and he hugged the Shivling of Shiva.
Yeah.
So when Yama came to take him and he put his noose around the Rishi, the noose touched the Shivling.
Mm-hmm.
And Shiva was so furious that he emerged from the Shivling with his Trishul and kicked Yama, and Yama died on the spot.
Yeah.
And Shiva also cursed him that for that he should live forever in a land of the dead.
Yeah.
And essentially that story is what kind of made Yama the lord of Yamaloka, right?
Yeah.
Because Yama was a rishi and he was young. He was not married. He didn't have any children. He died as a Brahma rishi. So when we understand Pitris in the future, nakshatras will understand that when you don't have children, you don't take rebirth. So now he's stuck in Yamaloka and he became the lord of the Yamaloka.
You know what, Nanditaji, I want to add a few things here. People have taken Yama in a very wrong way, to be very honest. What you see, if you have to understand the responsibility of Yama, right? One thing is that he is just taking orders. Okay. I mean, he will not come to you until and unless your time has come to go and leave this biological suit. Only he'll come when he'll read a script. He has the orders that okay, this person has to leave now. Now you go and either you send your assistants or you go there and get that person back, right?
Yeah.
So one thing that is so important that we learn from Yama is, I'm sure that you're going to tell that in the next story that you have, is the Dharmaraj. He is one who is always abiding by the Dharma, right?
Yes.
And you know what, Narita ji, he is not killing your body actually. Okay.
No.
What is he doing is that if you take Yama in the positive way, he's killing all your Shadripus. When I say Shadripus, it's a word used in our Sanskrit classics, is all the bad energies that we have in our life. So, you can always request Yama that, okay, you kill, or people say he kills people, right? But on the same time, right, Yama, if you request, right, he will kill all the bad habits, right? If Bharni is the nakshatra. If you want to quit anything, suppose you smoke, okay,
Right.
and you want to kill that smoking, okay, so that's the time in the Bharni. So you do it in the Bharni nakshatra, you quit that particular day, because Yama is going to come and kill that bad habit for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's why we say that if you need to get rid of toxicity from your life, it's good to initiate in the Bharani Nakshatra, because essentially Yama is taking your pure soul, taking to Yama Loka and protecting it until you have the next rebirth.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So Yama has to be taken very, very positively, right? If you
Yes.
take Yama positively, he's going to take any bad habit or anything that you have that you don't want, right? Eventually you want to get rid of it. See, our body is something that eventually we want to get rid of it. We're going to the moksha. So we'll only get moksha if we leave this, on
Yes.
this materialistic world or on this earth, right? So Yama, what did Shiva do with Rishi Markandeya? Is obviously he protected, his devotee, but on the same time, Shiva was also doing a leela. Even the Rishi Markandeya was also doing a leela, right? So that
Yes.
Yama can become the lord of the, of the Yamnagri, right?
Yes.
So that was all planned, right?
Right.
But then we take that as a story, but it is all pre-planned by Vishnuji, that Shiva
Yes.
will do
Yes.
like that. And so
Yes.
someone has to become the prime minister or the president of Yamloka,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So this is something that happens. And I was imagining myself that, Navneet, imagine yourself that if you are put in a responsibility of Yama, what will happen? Whole day what
Yes.
you're doing is very, very depressing, right?
Yes, it is very depressing. Yeah.
Right, it is your karmas which is making you go at a certain time from this world, and then you have no connection with that person. You have to go, right, and make sure that the debt is there, it's concluded. You need to take that soul, you know go back to the place again, help him move ahead, right? So
Right.
in the process of death and rebirth, right, our pitris souls wait, right,
Yes.
and they wait on a particular place, right? So, and he's taking care of them as well,
Yes. So
right?
that's the nourishing part that comes. He
Yeah, that's
nourishes
the
our
nourishing
soul
part,
until we wait.
right? So you are at a position, which is making you behave like a womb, which is making you behave like a nurse, doctors, which is making you behave like a person who's removing dirt from your soul, from your mind, right? And telling you that, okay, this is something that you did bad, this is something that you did good, and now it's time to go further, either here or
Yes.
here, right?
Yes.
So it's not a small responsibility, right?
It's a huge responsibility.
It's a huge responsibility. It's very, very depressing, and you need a lot of strength for it, right?
Yes.
So I think looking at the story of Shiva, I'm sure Shiva would have blessed Yama. There's no
Yes.
doubt about it, and that is why on every cremation ground, right, Shiva is there to support Yama,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Because the only temple that you will see in any cremation ground is the Shiva's temple,
Temple.
because
Yes.
he's helping Yama through that process,
Yes.
right? Because soul doesn't go immediately once it leaves the body. It is around the body. It is around the family. It
Yes.
takes at least, when we say gati, right? Gati is when actually the soul goes away. It takes, around 13 days, okay, to actually go away with the yama. So, so Shiva is always there in the cremation grounds, helping to understand the process, giving that peacefulness, shanti to the
Yeah.
people, right, for whom somebody is gone, and for the soul. The only problem with the soul is that, suppose, if someone loses someone, the entire family is together, but
Yeah.
the soul is alone
Alone. And the soul is scared.
and scared and alone, has no one. So it's Yama, Shiva, and the assistants. So they make them peaceful. They
Right.
nourish them, right?
Yes.
They
Yeah.
nourish that soul. So
Yeah.
it's very, very difficult. It's just, so there's so
Yeah.
much of turbulence out there. But then Bharni is a nakshatra to actually get rid of your problems and rejuvenate as a soul,
Yeah.
right?
As
As a clear, transparent, pure, auspicious, right? Soul. So that's what is Bharni according to me, right? And I've
yeah.
seen people born in Bharni as a great doctors, who are surgeons, who are taking out the bad things, the tumors from your body, right? I've seen nurses, I've seen healers in the Bharni Nakshatra, right? I've seen people working in the cremation grounds as well in the Bharni Nakshatra. So that's how we take the Bharni Nakshatra. So what's the second story that you have?
Yeah, and before we get into the second story, I think Bernie also like it's like a rebirth at a soul level. But even when you're living, it's a rebirth, it's a transformation that these people
Yeah,
go through. It's a
yeah,
second chance to make it
yeah,
better, right?
yeah.
Comes with a lot of hard work, but it is always something that is positive coming out of it.
Absolutely,
So
yes.
yeah. So the second story, since you mentioned Dharmaraj, we can talk about that. Um,
Yeah,
and the story here is Yama and his lineage and his family, right? So Yama, we didn't talk about, which family he belongs to,
yeah,
but Yama belongs to a very powerful family. Once again, just like the Ashwini twins, Yama is a son of Sanjana and Surya.
yeah,
And in the last story, we talked about Sanjana leaving Surya and the family and created a shadow of hers called Chaya.
yeah, yeah,
And she left her children with Chaya, and Chaya actually lived with Surya and had 3 of her own children with
yeah,
Surya.
yeah,
So, and one of the children of Chaya that we know very well is Shani,
yeah, yeah,
and one day Shani and Yama got into fight as brothers do always, and Chaya was very upset, and she cursed Yama, and Yama couldn't understand, and the curse was so horrible. She cursed that his leg would be filled with worms and sores. And Yama was so upset that his mother, who he loved so much, could give a curse like this, and went to Surya and said, this is what happened. And Surya also found it very odd that why would a mother curse her own child? So Surya confronted Chaya and found out the truth that, Sanjana had left and Chaya has been here in replacement. Surya was so upset. He, you know, burned Chaya to ashes,
yeah, yeah,
you know. And from the story, there are a lot of positive things that are shown when it comes to Yama, but at the same time, Surya realized that Yama, found out the truth, right?
yeah,
And he really questioned why a mother would do such a thing like that. And Surya gave him the title of being Dharmaraj,
yes,
you know.
yes,
And there's another aspect to this story is that now Shani is very upset because his mother was burnt. And then there's other stories, as we all go through and talk about some other nakshatras and stuff, it will come out. But there was a big animosity between now Yama and Shani.
Yeah, that's one of the probable reasons that why Shani is depleted in the certain degree in Aries in Burning. So
Yes,
that's the because now Shani is not aware of anything, right?
right.
That what is going wrong and why Surya is supporting uh you know uh
Yama.
that Yama, and then the Surya gets exalted, right?
Yes,
Right,
yes,
in the first few degrees of Aries, right?
right.
So that's how the entire family lineage goes, which is your soul, death, and rebirth, right? But the one good thing happened from this incident was that the Yama got, that Dharmraj a status in this world, right? That whatever he does in his life, he will always abide dharma, right?
Yes,
Right. So, and that is why the Mrityu has become Atal Satya, right?
yes,
Which is the biggest truth in the world, right?
yes,
So Bharni Nakshatra, I have seen people who are great Shiva devotees, right? People who are truthful. I've
yes.
seen
Very
people,
righteous.
yes, I've seen people who are honest. They are pure-hearted people. People born with either they have ascended in Bharni or they have moon or sun in Bharni. Very,
Yes,
very honest, firm. They're very firm people, very truthful, very honest, right? And you know, and they're a little slow, right? Because Shani gets debilitated there, right? And on the same time, the biggest quality of the people born with the Burning is that I've seen them great Shiva devotees,
yes,
right? They become extreme Shiva devotees, right? So these qualities, can be seen from these mythological stories that you're telling, and so much relates because I do so much consultations every day, so many consultations, and I see people born in Burni, and they are exactly the way we are talking right now.
yeah. And they fight for justice,
They
right?
fight
Even
for
if not
justice.
just
Yes.
for themselves, but if they see something going wrong, they stand up for that. Right.
Yes.
And sometimes, it's hard for them. And it's not
Yes.
always positive, but they are the ones who will fight for justice, regardless if it affects them or not, which
Yes.
is, I think, an amazing quality
Yes.
of Bernie people,
Yes.
you know.
Yes. It is.
Yeah.
So what have you
So
got more?
yeah, one more. I mean, there's so many, but one more I like to share because this really ties to death and in a positive way. It
Yeah.
gives us an insight of what we should be doing because after all this, we learn all these topics: astrology, dharma, religion. Learning the mythology because we're in search of what we should do. Right?
Right.
How does life work? How do our souls find
Right.
moksha? So this is a
Yes.
very important story, I think. It's a
Yeah.
very simple story, but it's a story of Karna.
Yeah.
And Karna, as we all know, I'm sure, he's very, famous character in the Mahabharata. And he was a great warrior, and he was very noble, and he was very, very charitable throughout
Yeah.
his life, right? And he gave so many jewels and wealth to poor people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when he died in the battle and he went to Yamaloka,
Yeah.
he was given all the riches that he had donated, right?
Yes.
And this story, it shows that
Yeah.
donating
Yeah.
wealth is just not enough,
Yeah.
right? What's important is donating all kinds of things that could help people. So
Yeah.
when he got to Yamaloka, he was happy because he was treated very nicely, because he was a very noble man, but he realized that he was not getting food. He was getting hungry, and all he got was jewels and diamonds and gold. So he went to Yaman and said, thank you for all this stuff, but I'm hungry. How come I don't get food? And Yama explained to him that yes, you're noble and yes, you're very charitable and you did all the good things. However, you didn't donate any food. So Karna was puzzled because Karna explained to Yama that he didn't know if he should donate food because he didn't know his lineage. He was an illegitimate child, and so he didn't donate food. And Yama's like, yeah, well, that's why you're not getting food in the Yamaloka. So Karna asked Yama if he could please go down to earth again for 15
Yeah.
days and
Yeah.
fix his mistake. And Yama thought about it and said, yes, you may go do that, because he was a noble soul. So Yama allowed him. And when Karna came back to Earth, he spent the 15 days that he had on Earth donating all kinds of food to all kinds of people to satisfy that aspect of his life, right? His karma. And then he went back to Yamaloka. And once he returned, Yama was satisfied, and then he was given appropriate food to eat, all good food to eat. So, you know, this story goes back to our Pitris and Shrad. It's such an important lesson, right? It's one of the main things that you should do, whether you make it to a temple to do anything. But I found that in your teachings of talking about a lot of the stuff in karma theory and all that stuff, that doing Shrad is so important, that you need to satisfy the souls that are in your lineage, because it's directly related to you. You are those souls. And if you don't do that, you're kind of stuck, you know. And when you get stuck in Yamaloka, you know, you come back, you can't come back. And if you do come back, you're never able to fulfill your karmas, which is a vicious cycle. And then you know, our whole purpose is to find moksha. So this story, you know, is so deep. It's about Shrad, and this is why also people refer to Yama as the Lord of the Pitris, right?
That's
I
fantastic.
love this story too.
Absolutely. See, that's a fantastic story. But you know what, Nandita ji, I remember that when I started learning Jyotish, the first question in my mind was, how can your ancestors, souls, or pitris wait? Why are they waiting? You know, I
Yeah.
understand that okay, that you know, you do certain remedies, like you know, a super enlightened soul like Karna has to come back to do the Shraddhas. But then prior to that, the question was why, right? The souls are waiting. What happened? You know, why?
Yeah.
You know, so here the answer to this is that, you know, what is happening in the modern era. With the Karna, it was a different story. You'll relate to what I'm saying in the next 5 minutes. Is that, you know, in the modern era, what is happening is that, uh, you know, if somebody dies, okay, it's your ancestor or someone, we are so busy in this modern life that, you know, at times we skip many, you know, ceremonies, the last rituals, right? For an
Yes.
example, you know, the Kiryakaram, the last Kirya or the Bhog, right? The last ceremony is supposed to be done after 13 days, ideally, which is now people are doing on the third day or the fourth day, you know, after the death, because, you know, they need to go back to their jobs, the business, they can't afford the relatives to stay back for that long. Nobody has that much of time, so they do it. So once they do it, you know, there are a lot of ceremonies that are skipped, right?
Yes.
One, they're not aware because they don't have those gurus or mahatmas to guide them. They're not reading the scriptures, right? They're not understanding. And so what happens is those souls, since the ceremonies, the Kiryakaram is not properly done, right? They are stuck. And on the same time, suppose everything is done properly. So even though what happens is that, but when the Pitri, the Shraddh Paksha come, right? A lot of people do not follow the protocols behind the Shraddh, what you're supposed to do, because those are the only, you know, 15 days, right? When your Pitris are requiring some food and blessings through Brahmins,
Yes.
for themselves, because, you know, then people will ask, Navneet, I mean, how can Pitris wait so long? Because they passed away 25, 30, or maybe 50 years ago. But there's the time and space difference between up there and here is like huge. Maybe 3 or 4 minutes up there could be 50 years here.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
It's fascinating. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where the Pitradosha is coming in the lineage.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
you see, you know what, you are yourself an ancestor. Suppose I was born maybe in 17 or 80, 18, maybe 54 or 1824 or 1820, right? And then, that is going on, right? So probably when I was there 200 years ago, right, I will be called ancestor today.
Yes.
Okay. So the thing is that why the things are getting delayed for you because of the Pitra dosha in the Kundli is, and when you start doing these remedies, right, you start giving food to Brahmins on Amavasya, Purnima, and there's so many other remedies that I recommend.
Right.
Actually, you're not helping your ancestors, you're helping yourself.
Self.
You're
Yes.
helping
Yes.
yourself because you were ancestor back there, right? And
Yeah.
that is why the Pitta dosha is coming in your chart.
Yes. Yes. I was so surprised when we did Maga Nakshatra and you explained all of that. That
Yeah,
was amazing. And I hope that one day we get a chance to do that because
yeah,
people really do need to understand. Like I said, I never understood the importance of shad. My mom would do it and she would say, today is grandma's shad or grandpa's shad. And it didn't, there was no connection. Now understanding this, I realize
yeah,
it is probably one of the most essential remedies
yeah.
and rituals every person should do for
To
their own
yeah,
karma
for the
and
own
to give
karma.
peace to the ancestors. It's your own soul's evolution. Um,
Yes,
most important, most
yes.
by far one of the things every person should do.
And it's like, definitely, it's like giving peace to yourself,
Yes, yes,
right?
yes.
It's giving
Yeah,
peace to your journey 200, 500, 1,000 years ago, right?
yeah,
That's what is the meaning of the Shraddha, right?
yes.
So, well, Nandita ji, what a great session, right? I thoroughly
Thank
enjoyed
you.
it, right?
Thank
These
I
stories are, yeah,
I just hope, I mean, I'm finding so much knowledge in learning these stories. I know it takes some time to understand these stories and really apply it to your life. But if you just look at some of the lessons and the stories, not try to map it to, oh, this is a Bernie person and look at the characteristics, but look at the lessons. They're
yeah.
life altering, and I still, every time I learn a little bit more about all of these nakshatras and mythology, um, I'm amazed by the fact that our Puranas and our culture, not has shown us how to live our life down to every single direction. And it's, for me, it's amazing. So I hope people find it as fascinating and as helpful learning these mythology stories.
100%, there's no doubt about it. And, people watching this video, you can just reimagine, the situations, the stories, and then try to relate, the properties of these stories, the morals of these stories with the people who are born in a particular nakshatra, right?
Yes,
That's what the real Jyotish is all about, because Jyotish is a margdarshan, which is pure guidance. And these stories are guiding our ship, right?
yes.
So that's the beauty of how we teach and how we learn the nakshatras. Thank you so much, Nandita. Thank you for being here, right? And guys, if you really like the video, just subscribe to my channel. Just do put comments, about the stories, your experience on Bernie, right? And that's your love to us, right? And it motivates us a lot. And we'll come up with another video next week, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Actually, I think we'll do Rohini, right?
yeah. We'll do
Or
Rohini.
Kritika. Kritika,
Right.
sorry.
Well,
The
we'll do
next.
Kritika first. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So thank you so much. Until then, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.